Ruinous Effigy is now in the game, meaning we now have a way to destroy the Eyes of Savathun that have been floating around in all those destinations. As of now, the 50 eyes are only needed if you're hunting the Season 11 and the Moments of Triumph 2020 titles, but it is possible they could be needed for something else in the future. We just don't know, but right now they're just for the titles. Either way, today we're going to get the locations of all of the eyes starting on IO. We're going to keep things moving pretty quickly, so just pause the video when you need to. Starting in the Rupture, the game starts you off easy with one right over Asher Mir's head. Head into the nearby Lost Sector Sanctum of Bones and go to the opposite side of the room where you first enter, turn around, and you'll see the eye high up on a ledge. Eye number 3 is off towards the other Lost Sector in the Rupture. Get close to the Lost Sector, turn around, and you should see this eye in the cliffside. Eye number 4 is in that other Lost Sector. Head to where the boss usually spawns in and look at the ceiling where the room starts to ramp up. Shoot the eye, and then head to Lost Oasis. When you spawn into Lost Oasis, move forward just a little bit and then look to your right to see eye number 5 on a ledge. Eye number 6 can be found behind a tree branch in the crevice in the middle of the area. Once you shoot this one, head to Giant's Scar. Eye number 7 is in one of the arms, legs of the giant drill. Use the on-screen reference in order to find it. Eye number 8 is about halfway through this cave area in this same section. Once you get to the second of the bigger rooms, turn around and the eye is above the doorway. Head back out and go to the Terra base to the north. Eye number 9 is in the pit of this area behind the thing poking out of the ground. And the final eye is in the Wraith Mines, which you can access by going into the cave on the right when you first enter this area. Once you get to the first main room of this cave system, make a quick right and you will see it very, very easily. Then, head to Mercury. Mercury Eye number 1 is in Brother Vance's area. Look at Vance, and then go to the back left side of the room and look up at the ceiling. Eye number 2 is hanging out in a tree to the right side of the main Mercury destination. Eye number 3 is on top of a statue that you can easily see from the Infinite Forest entrance. Eye number 4 is off to the left of the main Mercury destination, inside this little circle cage thing. Eyes number 5 through 8 are in the Lost Sector. Just follow along on screen in order to find them. Eyes 9 and 10 are most easily found during a public event. Eye number 9 is found on the left side island when looking at the destination map, high up where you would go to activate the heroic version of the public event. Eye number 10 is on the opposite island, off to the left side of where you would land on that island, up on the ceiling. After that, let's go to Mars. The first Mars Eye is at the very beginning of where the Warmind campaign starts in Olympus Descent, up on a cliffside ledge. Eye number 2 is at the very end of the Lost Sector in Glacial Drift. Look up at the hole in the sky in order to find it. Eye number 3 is right above the doorway that leads you to the Braytech Futurescape. Eye number 4 is on the opposite side of the Glacial Drift from number 3, inside of the building, in the corner. Head to the Braytech Futurescape. Eye number 5 is in the window of the Braytech building. Oh, is it inside? F, dude. Eye number 5 is in the inside of the Braytech building next to Anna Bray. Just look at the ceiling to the right of her. Now, start to head to Rasputin. In the transition area to Rasputin, once you get outside and make a right, turn around instead and look over the railing to the left to find eye number 6. Eye number 7 is all the way up next to the doorway that leads to Rasputin. Just look to the left of the doorway in the little alcove thing. Eye number 8 is in the Lost Sector core terminus, in the room before the boss room where the Thrall attack you. It's behind that right side pillar. Travel back to the Braytech landing zone and head to Alton Dynamo off to the left. Before you really go anywhere though, eye number 9 is in the corner of this building. Eye number 10, of course, is all the way at the end of this path to Alton Dynamo where the Ogre would spawn when you're doing the Will of the Thousands strike, aka the Zol strike. It's hiding in some ceiling panels on the left side of the room. Now we're going to head to Titan. The first one is in the building with Sloane. Just walk right past her into the next room and look to your left. Can't miss it. We're going to go all the way to the very beginning of the sinking docks in this first room here. When you enter this first big room, look up at the ceiling off to the right. Head back to Siren's Watch and enter the Methane Flush Lost Sector. This one is hiding in the first room of Hive in the ceiling past the pipes. And then again, teleport back to Siren's Watch. Eye number 4 is high up between two buildings in Siren's Watch. Just check the video for the exact location. It's in between the T and the C in Watch on the destination map. The next 4 eyes are on the rig, so head there next. Eye number 5 is where the witch's ritual takes place. It's going to be very easy to spot when you head in there. It is on the ceiling. Eye number 6 is in the DS Quarters Lost Sector towards the start. Just follow along on screen. Once you get it, teleport back to the rig and head towards the Cargo Bay Lost Sector. Eye number 7 is before the Lost Sector entrance in the corner along the broken path on the edge of the map. Eye number 8 is in the Cargo Bay Lost Sector. Once you enter the main room of Hive, head towards the middle, turn around, and you will see it high up on the ceiling. Eyes number 9 and 10 are in the area where you do the Savathun's Song Strike. Take the path you would normally take in the strike for eye number 9. Before you get to where you would kill the first wizard and drop in the Void Orb, just turn around and you're going to see it hiding behind a thing. Eye number 10 is in the opposite direction towards the Festering Halls. Once you get to this bigger room with the Knights and the Acolytes, I want to say, just turn around and shocker, it's going to be up high. The final 10 eyes are in the Whisper Mission and the Prophecy Dungeon, 5 each. So let's go to the Whisper Mission on IO first. All of the eyes here are before the combat section in the Whisper Mission. Eye number 1 is going to be directly in front of you when you start the platforming section. Cannot miss it. Eye number 2 is going to be off to the left side when you first enter the red room with the small platforms with the taken booper push pulsing things. Eye number 3 is going to be in the green room right in the middle of the crack on the floor. It is dead ahead. Eye number 4 is very shortly after the green room when you head into the very dark area. Right as you're about to make a right turn, you should see it on your left. It's pretty bright. And eye number 5 is by the Vex portal in the room where Zol threatens you again. Finally, we're going to head to the new dungeon, Prophecy. Eye number 1 is in the second room before the first encounter. On the left side of the wall, up sort of on the ceiling, are 4 giant holes per room. In the first hole in the second room will be your first eye. The second eye is not until after the first encounter. Follow along on screen for where to find it. It's on a giant pillar that has fallen down off towards the right side of the map from where you drop into Heaven and Hell. The third eye is after the second encounter up on the ceiling in the hexahedron near where the urn is, if you got the urns. The fourth eye is where the secret chest is. In the final pyramid, before the drop to the lift that takes you to the final boss, go to the right and drop into this tunnel. When you reach the part where you would need to jump across, instead just look straight down. The final eye is during the final boss. You need to wait until you get into a specific room because only that room is going to have the eye in it. The room is the one with the big taken orbs that are sitting on the ground. When you get to this room, look up at the ceiling and it's going to be over one of the 3 Kel echoes. Note that you are not guaranteed to get this specific room on your second moat phase, so you might need to do some additional rotations of the boss in order to get this room. That is all 50 eyes. I hope this helped. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.